Hey, what's going on, friends and theme park fans? This is Silver Stix here for another Stix Top 6, where I count down the best and worst that theme parks have to offer. Alrighty folks, so if you've been paying attention to my channel for a while now, you'll know that I live in Florida, so the Orlando theme parks and anything surrounding them are my pride and joy. But recently, I've been exploring the wonderful land of California, and that's what I wanted to continue with today, as we head over to Universal Studios Hollywood for the first time on Stix Top 6, to count down the top 6 best Universal Studios Hollywood attractions. And of course, before we begin, I'd like to mention that this list is made up of just my opinions of what the absolute best of the best can't miss attractions throughout the park are, and I mean absolutely no harm if your personal favorite attractions don't appear on the list, and in fact, I'd love to hear about your favorites in the comments below. But without further ado, let's jump right into today's countdown. Plunging into our list today over in the upper lot of the park, we'll be able to witness the incredible spectacle of epic proportions itself, Waterworld: A Live Sea War Spectacular. A 20-minute show on water opened in 1995 and reopened April of 2017, featuring explosions, fireballs 50 feet in the air, professional jet skiers, and a giant plane plunging into the water, splashing the guests in the crowd, just to name a few epic things. This show is absolutely insane and will keep anyone of any age interested. The feats these people are able to pull off are just unbelievable, and seeing it all in person genuinely feels like watching a live action movie. It's incredible. The actual story of this attraction is based off the pretty below average film Waterworld, obviously, but don't let that throw you off. It's basically just a big brawl between the good guys, the Atollers, more specifically the main character Helen, really, and the bad guys, the Smokers. Honestly, I've seen Waterworld maybe twice, a long time ago, and it's never created an issue with understanding what's going on. Honestly, it's mostly just about the amazing stunts and effects being shown off. You could honestly have no idea what Waterworld is and still have a fantastic time with this one. Guaranteed. Obviously, for a lot of people, when they go to a theme park, they want to just go on ride after ride after ride. But if you have 20 minutes that you can put aside to sit down and watch this exceptional stunt show, you absolutely won't regret it. It's a total and complete masterpiece. Next up, we'll be flying over to the Wizarding World of Harry Potter, where we'll be hopping on a ride that was also on my top 6 best Islands of Adventure rides list, and that's the insanely impressive Harry Potter and the Forbidden Journey. Simply put, this is the definition of a dark ride done well. For starters, entering inside and exploring the Hogwarts castle as the queue is an awesome attraction all on its own. But then once you reach the front of the line and hop aboard your enchanted benches, you feel instantly teleported into the magical world of witches and wizardry. This attraction lasts 4 minutes and 6 seconds, taking you through some of the best moments in Harry Potter history, featuring a Quidditch match and some pretty terrifying Dementor and Spider animatronic figures, which always get a jump scare out of me. And this ride is one that I've been on with people of all ages, and I've never once seen anybody walk out disappointed. It's intense, it's immersive, and most of all, it's just downright fun. Whether or not you're a huge fan of Harry Potter, this attraction is just downright perfect, and you'd be crazy to skip out on it on your next trip to the park. Fighting our way through the crowds, we'll make our way back to the upper lot to take a look at the DreamWorks Theater featuring Kung Fu Panda. This opened on June 15, 2018, replacing Shrek 4D, which we still have over in Orlando, and quite frankly, I do hope it gets switched over soon as well. I kinda think it will, just because the Universal Orlando t-shirts feature Po from Kung Fu Panda on them, and not Shrek, but I digress, I'm way off topic. The DreamWorks Theater is astonishing. Hollywood does DreamWorks extremely well just as a whole, really, but anyway, as you walk in, you're greeted by the DreamWorks logo as characters from Shrek, Trolls, Madagascar, and of course, Kung Fu Panda, discuss who the show will be about while showing off some awesome 4D elements. Once this introduction is over, you head into the actual 4D theater, and this is where the magic really begins. The screen is so much bigger and clearer than Orlando, and the seats are way smoother and more comfortable. Everything just feels up to date, and every element combined truly immerses you right into the movie. And I personally love Kung Fu Panda. I was just watching it again the other night, in fact, so I really enjoy the little movie itself alone. Every second of this attraction is worthwhile, and I promise you'll be smiling the whole way through, and you'll be coming back for more very soon. Sticking around in the upper lot, we'll be taking a walk through Universal Studios' year-round haunted house attraction, The Walking Dead, officially opened on July 4th, 2016. Man, I wish we had something like this in Orlando for people like myself looking for a good reliable scare year-round. This attraction is essentially a Halloween Horror Nights maze, but all day, every day. And I'll be honest, it's not as scary as a typical Horror Nights maze, but it's still incredibly immersive and very, very cool. Throughout the maze, you'll be taken through famous scenes from many different seasons like the hospital, the prison, and even a burning house from Beth and Daryl in the woods. You'll find tons of scare actors and human actors building up the realism of the world around you, as well as some unbelievably lifelike animatronic figures made by Greg Nicotero himself. I swear, this entire walkthrough is fan service, fan service, fan service in the greatest way possible. If you enjoy The Walking Dead in the slightest capacity, then you will in no doubt find something to love about this experience. So if you're up for the challenge to face what Rick and the gang take on in the show firsthand, then get ready to have a great time on this thrill-tastic attraction. Racing over to the lower lot of the park, we'll be able to tread through Imhotep's tomb in the legendary dark ride steel launch coaster combo extravaganza itself, Revenge of the Mummy the Ride, opened on June 25th, 2004. This ride actually appeared on my top 6 best Universal Studios Orlando ride list as well at number 1 no less, so needless to say, I'm a huge fan of this attraction no matter where it's located. But don't let that fool you into thinking this is just a copy. These rides are still very different in a lot of ways. For instance, the story of the ride in Orlando is basically the Mummy movie set coming to life, whereas in Hollywood the story is actually delving deep into the Mummy's tomb back in 1944. Throughout this attraction there's a bunch of animatronic figures and screens that don't appear anywhere in Orlando, even one that appears overhead, creating a very lifelike and scenic tour before plunging you 45 miles per hour into the darkness with giant drops, twists, and turns all around. And of course the horrifying visuals to accompany every second of this insanely thrilling and immersive attraction. Revenge of the Mummy the Ride only lasts about 2 minutes, but I guarantee it's 2 minutes you'll be coming back for time and time again. Alright, so today's honorable mention is also definitely a guilty pleasure of mine, 100%. Back over in the upper lot of the park, we can actually find a recreated real-life version of the Super Silly Funland Boardwalk theme park from Despicable Me, opened up back in 2014. This entire area is incredibly themed and, in my opinion, a ton of fun. But in particular, for our honorable mention today, I wanted to specify the wet zones or water play areas within Super Silly Funland. I don't care how old you are, these areas are a ton of fun to run around in. It brings back a lot of nostalgic memories of the Nickelodeon Hotel for me, and for younger audiences it's even more fun. It's a great way to blow off some energy and cool down on a hot day, and there's over 80 different play features hidden throughout the area, so I'm certain there's something for everyone to enjoy. Throughout the area, there's Minion statues all over the place doing different funny things for some awesome photo opportunities, and overall, this is just an extremely enjoyable and often overlooked section of the park that I highly recommend releasing your inner child and checking out if you ever get the chance. It's a definite hidden gem. So finally, last but not least, finishing off our list today, we'll be sticking around in the upper lot and taking a ride on the world-famous studio tour. Be honest with me, how many people guessed this would be number one? Let me know in the comments. So let me just put things this way. There's definitely a reason this is named the world-famous studio tour, because it's beyond incredible. Opened alongside the park on June 15th, 1964, this has been a staple of Universal Studios since the very beginning. As it stands currently, the tour lasts about 45 minutes to an hour, so you're certainly going to get your weight's worth on this one. Throughout the tour, you'll not only see the Universal backlot where tons of movies and shows were filmed, like Back to the Future and Desperate Housewives for example, but you'll also get the chance to ride through Whoville, decorated for Christmas time, a destroyed town right out of War of the Worlds with a full plane ripped into pieces scattered around, the Psycho House and Hotel featuring a visit from Mr. Norman Bates himself, and you'll actually get to experience a flash flood right out of a scene from Big Fat Liar. Apart from just witnessing these awesome locations and effects for yourself, the tram will also act as a ride vehicle at times and go through scenes from a few different attractions that we either had or currently have over in Orlando as standalone rides. For instance, Earthquake the Big One, Jaws, King Kong, and even Fast and Furious Supercharge makes an appearance. And because it's all connected as part of a one long big tour, it makes these attractions even more fun in my opinion, because it skips the queue and wait times and just lets you get right into the ride itself. Finally, the entire tour is narrated by a tour guide and will occasionally use screens overhead on the tram to amplify the experience even more, really making for an insanely interactive and immersive ride-through. In the end, this is an exceptionally interesting and educational look into the world of making movies, while simultaneously being an intense and exciting attraction for anyone of any age. And with a ride time of upwards of almost an hour of non-stop fun, there's no way the world-famous studio tour could have appeared anywhere but the #1 spot as the best attraction in all of Universal Studios Hollywood. Guaranteed. At least in my opinion. Alrighty folks, that's gonna about wrap up my Stix Top 6 best attractions in all of Universal Studios Hollywood. I really hope you all enjoyed the video. If you did, please consider leaving a like, subscribe, comment, and share the video around. It'd mean a lot and help out a ton. Let me know down in the comments what your favorite ride is, or just any theme park topics you'd like to discuss so we can start a conversation down there. But anyway, until next time, this is Silver Stix signing out. I hope you have a great rest of your day, theme park fans. Peace.